Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Aurogiri. Today's episode is skill canceling. So, skill canceling is a term that's used in many different games. Especially in fighting games, it's an invaluable tool. Generally speaking, skill canceling is the ability to use an attack or skill and then cancel the animation after its sweet spot has happened so you can do another action. So let's say, like, you know, skill canceling in Onigiri, it's not as valuable as it is, like, it's not to the same degree as it would be in a fighting game. Like, if you're playing Street Fighter or something, and then, I don't know, you use a Hadoken, and then, like, let's say the Hadoken's animation was, like, I don't know, 12 frames or something. I don't know. I'm just making it up. And then, so he does the wind up, and then he shoots out to shoot the Hadoken. Hadoken comes out on frame 5 of the animation, and then resets to his default position at frame 12. So that's how the move would work. But let's say there was a way to cancel it by, like, down guarding or jumping or something like that. The player would use Hadoken, and then at frame 5 the move would come out, and let's say at frame 8 he jumps or blocks and is now in a safe position, canceling or cutting 4 frames of the move, making him faster and safer. So, you know, this also applies. It's easier for me to understand in Smash Bros. Terms, like, because in Smash Bros. And most fighting games, if you do a jumping attack, let's say it's attack comes out on frame 4, but then the move only resets to your neutral position at frame 20, what you can do is jump, and then right before you land, you would attack, and then right after the attack comes out, you'd hit the ground, and your character would go into a landing position, canceling the animation and letting you return to default, and you could attack again. That's called jump or landing canceling. So Onigiri doesn't have anything like that, apart from that was a nice little history lesson in games, but Onigiri doesn't have anything like that at all. So to demonstrate, I put the wrong weapon away. Let me grab out my Storm, or Nova, sorry. This will help describe Onigiri's canceling and moves and all that stuff. So the weapons I have out are my Rainwater, my Nova, and my Cross, and there's a reason for all of them. So, okay. So let's start with Water Dragon 6, because Water Dragon is amazing. So my target is going to be Pretend God Hatsui, because she's a pretend god, I don't know. So I'm going to attack her with Water Dragon Spear. And you can tell the attack comes out pretty early, and then Oro just stands there for a little bit after. Now I didn't do anything after that, I just attacked. So I'm going to use Dragon Spear again, and this time I'm going to block. So right there, you can see that was the earliest convenience I could block. Was, like, I don't have a frame counter, but you could see that it was later in the move that I was able to block. So that means I could not do any other action until, you know, the move was done. So let's go Thundercrack. How early in Thundercrack can I block? I can block really early in Thundercrack. I can block during the animation. I did it at actually such a perfect timing that the yellowy green thunder aura your character gets, if you block during that, you can actually change your color or roll or cancel it, and that's how sometimes your character just changes color because you canceled an animation. Now this color will stay on you till you do, like, another move, because now I turn all blue and it resets it. It's nothing bad about it. So that was one way to cancel. So Thundercrack is a very easily cancelable move. So, and mostly this video is going to be based on spears, but this is how it works. So if I go Thundercrack, I can block really early, like right after the thrust, I was able to block and cancel the move, which is good. So if, let's say you're attacking something, let's say like the rock monster in New, you're going to attack it, but you notice it's going to throw a rock, you can quickly block and save your life. However, with Water Dragon, you can't block right away. That said, if I use Water Dragon 6 again, you can roll out of the move and you can see it still being there. So you can go Water Dragon and roll out of it. Typically, you can roll out of moves faster than you can block out of moves. Like, there's like a frame where you're more, it's easy, like, it enables you to roll, but does not enable you to block. So I'm going to use Water Dragon, and then I'm going to roll as fast as I can. It comes out like that. I'm going to use Water Dragon, I'm going to block. If I hold the block only comes out after the move finishes. It's weird like that. Okay. But you see, I did something different there, that the Water Dragon was still out while I was blocking. I'm going to try it again. So if you mash the block button, it'll actually cancel the Water Dragon so you can block a little bit earlier. So I think mashing your evasive or defensive options will help cancel it a lot faster. And then it works like that. Thundercrack, you can roll out of it immediately and you get your aura and it's all cool like that. Some moves, however, you can't do anything out of them. So if I'm doing Ryu Wave, a move I just got, okay, so you get blocked really easily out of that move. People are talking on the moon and I can't hear them. Okay. So, you know, so if I do Ryu Wave again, soon as that, like, you throw out the wave, you can roll immediately and the move still comes out. And then Tidal Wave, I think you can roll out a Tidal Wave too. But if you roll too early on Tidal Wave like I did there, sometimes the move doesn't even hit people. Like, you cancel it too early and the attack doesn't do damage. So you've got to be careful and you've got to know your moves, because knowing when to roll and knowing that you can do damage and be safe makes you so much of a better player in actual combat. You know, if I can throw out Uryu Wave and hit Infernal Gargoyle and then roll out of it to save myself, that's great bonus damage I can do while staying safe. Like, when you're in Miyamoto or other Vanguards and you use Heavenly Flash or Retribution, if you time it just right, you can shoot the blast and you could, you know, evade out of the way and the blast will keep going. But if you do it too soon, the blast will have its animation come out, but it actually won't hit anything because you canceled it before its hitbox frame triggered. So I'm not telling you to study every frame, because don't worry about it, but just knowing when, just getting that, you know, the muscle memory to do it would make you so much more of a better player. So there's more to skill canceling too. So so we can cancel moves by either blocking, rolling, and also by using other skills. So I can go Water Dragon, Thundercrack. Like, I'm not waiting for any of my moves to end. You can cancel basically every move on my skill palette here with any other move. Like, it's just boom, boom. And you can just mash it all and they all come out. So I think when you cancel a skill with another skill, it's actually faster than guarding or blocking or any of those options. So one thing I don't know about, I haven't tried it yet, but I want to see if I can jump cancel moves. So I'm going to try and use Thundercrack. I'm going to mash jump to see if I can do that. You cannot jump out of moves. That does not happen. Okay. So now there's skill canceling, or yeah, you can cancel a skill with a skill, you can cancel with a block, and you can cancel with a roll. However, not all skills can be canceled. So the perfect example of skills that can't be canceled are the moves on my Nova. So for Spear, it's Wind Thrust, Whirlwind Thrust, and Revolving Blast. Now, back in the early days, I would hate Wind Thrust because I could not roll out of it. When you use Wind Thrust, you must commit to the full animation of the attack. So Wind Thrust, I can roll, I can do everything, it will not change what I do. So I'm going to block rapidly, doesn't do anything, Whirlwind Thrust must come out. Same thing with Revolving Blast, I can roll and block, nothing matters. Like, those moves are full commitment, which makes them very, very dangerous. So, like, Wind Thrust did receive a huge skill force buff, putting it at like 1,000 skill force, but because you can't move during it and it's not a very safe move, it's seldom used unless it's on a storm. So that's why, you know, I prefer to use Water Dragon over Wind Thrust. Like, if Wind Thrust, if you could roll out of it like Water Dragon and have the animation still come out and do damage, it'd be a very good move. I would love Wind Thrust. I would love it. But because you can't cancel out of it, it's not, you know, it's not that feasible. However, on this weapon, it is like the strongest instantaneous damage move I can use. Now, other moves like Verdant Storm and Blistering Ice Wave, charge up moves, and Chill Slash, I guess, as well. Like, these moves, like, they have all these red flames, and, you know, it comes out. It charges, whatever. So I'm going to use it again. You can block after any of these red flames and it'll go away. And you'll be safe. Charging, block. So, hi, Loli Hime. But, so those moves, although they have a long charge up time, if, let's say the situation turns south and you don't have that opening anymore, like Gargoyle turns around and is about to slam you into the ground, you can charge up, he's coming at you, you can block. And you won't have to worry about it. You don't have to commit to these moves. And I think you can roll out of them too. Yeah. So they're very, very safe moves. Charge them up. And, you know, you can save yourself. Another thing to note about Verdant Storm, Blistering Ice Wave, those moves. Like, let's say, like, when I'm fighting Dragon Arc Aosame and I was using Verdant Storm because it was my most damaging move against it, I would want to use both moves. So when he first shows up, you didn't know you could block during Verdant Storm? Yeah, you can. It's very useful like that, Unicorn. So, let's say I want to use, like, let's pretend that Pretend God Hatsui is Aosame. He's just spawned. I want to hit him twice. So, I'm like, okay, I'm charging up Verdant Storm. I'm going to get the other one ready. What happened? My skill came out on the 4th charge. The reason it came out is because when you're using moves with red flames or charge up moves, if you push L2 or R2, it no longer counts as you constantly holding down the button because you've changed the skill. Now, some players don't hold down the button when they're using Verdant Storm. I don't know why. I'll do it sometimes when I want to feel cool. Like, I feel like I'm, like, going Super Saiyan and I want to go, like, charging. So, if I use Verdant Storm, I can actually mash the L1 button until it comes out. Like, I can go, mash it, and it comes out. And then, let's say I was using, you know, Verdant Storm, I'm charging, I hit L1, bam, I can hit another move right away. So, that's how skill canceling works. Also, when you're using a move like this, that you can hold it, if you change skills, it cancels it. You can also jump to cancel it as well.